hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
97.9 GRD rocks. It's the Free Beer and Hot Wing Show. Partly cloudy, warm and humid. Some scattered showers are possible. 82 the high. 70 downtown GR. We're all glued to a race in the Olympics. What is it, an 800 meters?
800 meter, yeah.
Ladies.
This is what I used to
I'm
run.
mesmerized.
I got a gold medal.
What grade?
8th grade.
8th grade.
9th grade and 10th grade, too.
I only have one track and field memory, and that was in, I think, 6th grade or 8th grade. We were going to have basically a track and field day with the neighboring school where we would go and compete against them. And we had tryouts. And so on the sheet of paper, I was listed as being one of the four who would be in the four-man 50, a 200-yard relay where we each ran 50. I was very excited because I was never that fast, but I was always close. And so I get there. And then we get there that day. I wear my sweatpants to school. I brought a lunch. I'm super excited. And Mr. Clark, the gym teacher, went through and named everyone and said, all right, these are the people that are doing the events. And apparently I was a typo.
You didn't have one event?
I had no events.
Wow.
Oh, man, you were there for support.
Boy.
So then Mr. Clark saw me looking sad. What's the matter, Greg? Well, I was on the list, and I'd probably sound whiny, probably almost crying.
Yeah.
And he probably saw that it was breaking my heart. So then he goes and puts his arm around one of the kids that was on the 4, who was in like 8 events because he was a great athlete.
Yeah.
And that kid goes, yeah, no problem. And then he comes back over and he goes, yeah, you're on the team. It was just a typo. But what really happened is throw big lips here a bone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let him be in the race.
He did what I do to my oldest son all the time, which is whisper in his ear and go, just let Liam get up the stairs first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what
absolutely what happened. And it took me a long time to recognize that. And then when I did, I went, oh.
Yeah. He's got a lifetime of being a loser. Just let him have this one.
I hadn't thought that he said that. I definitely might have, though.
Yeah. You know.
Would have been so far off.
Yeah. He's going to grow up to be Gil from The Simpsons. Just let him win this one.
This is a good learning experience.
Gil needs this one.
Yeah. Is that Fred? Fred in the back? No, don't put him on, honey.
So this story, apparently Michigan, number 1 for something.
Yes.
New technology? No. Healthcare? No.
Football team?
Wonderful cost of living? How about bullying?
Bullying.
Well, it seems like we make a lot of lists. Well, here's one you don't want to be on. A new study from
like Christian's kill list.
Christian's kill list.
Focused on our schools, state laws, and suicide rates, labeling Michigan as the absolute worst state in the country when it comes to bullying.
Okay.
Yeah,
this survey from Wallet Hub. Okay.
Is it really? Is that what they said?
That's what they said.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Well, I haven't been
I'm
many
not sure how
places.
they would be the expert on the social dynamic of bullying, but
It does seem. I wonder if they just took an online ad and turned it into a news story.
it's possible.
I can say that my experience here in Michigan so far, full of bullies.
No,
The
you
corner,
shut
of
up.
course, it's a topic that many district officials and mental health
You're not
professionals
so
are talking
great. Shut up.
about. Fox 17's Brody Carter live in studio now with more on why Michigan got this unwelcome top spot.
This is a guy that we bully every time we see him.
Yeah.
Big shaved spot.
Yeah, Christian Janice, we know it's not a new problem, but it's one that many professionals tell me is getting out of hand. With more than 30 suicides in Kent County alone this year, many are saying it's time to stand up to bullying. For some, going back to school is not a time to celebrate. According to Wallet Hub, a new study compiling data from the Center for Disease Control, ranking each state with the biggest bullying problem, finding Michigan to be the worst, based on stats like bullying incident rates, truancy costs per school, and the percentage of high school students bullied online. Wallet Hub analyst Julie Gonzalez telling Fox 17...
At least you can see where they're getting it from.
Of course, yeah.
Truancy costs per school... I don't know that necessarily. I don't think all truancy is a result of bullying, so that's a bit of a stretch.
But I guess if you're working
sense.
that in, I can see, Michigan's got a pretty stark disparity between the haves and the have-nots.
Yes.
Just between Detroit and Oakland County, near where I grew up, right?
Yeah.
So I can see where maybe some of the more elite schools have a lot of online bullies.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Some real a-holes. And then if you're going with truancy rates, obviously Detroit, half the district doesn't go to school.
Yeah.
The biggest contributors is that cyberbullying is not implicated as a criminal sanction in Michigan, saying the lack of LGBT protections in each district is a growing concern.
A lot of times students are coming to us because they've experienced bullying.
Heather Elian, principal for the Great Lakes Cyber Academy, grades 6 through 12, says many students are
fancy.
Cyber Academy.
Snitches.
leaving the traditional brick and mortar school.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The window washers are here, and he looks like he's climbing the building like that dope who climbed Trump Tower.
Yeah, all of a sudden, this human being swings sideways, and a giant suction cup goes wham on the window. I'm like, jeez, man.
It's weird that the same guy that climbed the tree in Seattle is now washing the windows.
It does
here.
look like him, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, they always look like that.
They
guy.
never look at us when they're out there. It's like once a year they're out there. We'll wave.
Yeah.
And I know
No.
you can see in.
Yeah, well, he doesn't. Well, if he waves back, he'll fall.
You know,
He can't fall.
I find that the older I get, the less people do for me. Like when I pass a truck and I want them to honk their horn, they don't do it anymore.
Yeah, you've got to. That's why
you
you
at the window washer.
the
I
only-
wish that
that's
guy would
the-
honk his horn.
Yeah.
Go get the air horn and we'll blast it in the window.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that'll serve him right for startling me with his dumb suction cups.
Yeah,
That'll kill them. Back to
they have safety gear.
bowlers.
Yeah, at least they could do it like they do at the Children's Hospital and have him dress up like Spider-Man or something.
Yeah.
Well, that guy's dressed up like a hobo.
Oh, that poor man.
I like his outfit.
And now back to bullying.
Opting
Yes.
He's dressed up like Justin at a
Now
wedding.
back to bullying.
He's got a name tag on just like I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
educational
Says,
services.
if found,
even
please
homeschool-
return to room 108.
to rid themselves of bullying once and for all.
So we do have a growing number of students for whom either support for the LGBTQ population or they identify with that
Wait, so is
population.
this just bullies against gay people?
Well, I think they were
think
saying
that's
that
a lot.
that's
I know
big
a lot
factor.
of them are.
They said
you
it's a
know.
big factor because Michigan doesn't.
Except gays.
Well, that's not what they said.
Yeah,
But
I would think
that-
a lot of states are way worse than this one.
I don't know.
Apparently not.
I've lived in.
Yeah.
This is my third one, and so far,
Yeah, I mean, if
Internet
you're
says-
if you're going to compare this to the Pacific Northwest or Florida, definitely, we're definitely not.
that's all I can base it on. Then again, I'm stupid.
Is an issue, and they're having issues with that in their traditional setting.
More than 160,000 students miss school every day out of fear of being bullied, according to the National Education
That's awful.
Association.
That really is sad.
Wallet Hub saying 10% of Michigan high school students have attempted suicide.
Whenever there's something about
God,
suicide
10%?
10? Oh, my God.
or bullying, usually I always get a phone call.
Executive Director of the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan, Christy Buck, believes the numbers show Michigan is the most outspoken when it comes to bullying, not the worst.
Michigan is an amazing state. I mean, they are definitely addressing it, and you can see that how all school districts, all public schools have to have policies that address bullying. Parents need to get educated, and ultimately we're hoping that school districts are going to be working hard on that to ultimately educate teachers, administrators, and parents.
Saying whether it's a policy failure on behalf of the school district or the numbers in fact are valid, saying in today's technological age, parents need to be invested in everything their students are doing.
I wish they would have given some context, and I'm sure I could research or look it up, or there might even be people listening who know, but I wonder if those numbers are up, that 10% of high schoolers
I'd
in
love
Michigan.
to know that as well. Yeah.
Is that up from when we were
I
there,
think
or
so.
when you guys would have been in high school,
I
or
think
whatever?
so. Because I think there's so many factors involved. Not only because it's easier to bully people now from a distance because of the internet, which didn't exist when we
Right.
were kids.
Thank God.
But I think adults also have done a horrible job of teaching kids how to cope and how to deal with things because when I was in school, when I was a kid, believe me, people were bullied. I mean, it happened a lot. I bullied people, and I got the hell bullied out of me. I mean, all the time. There were days where I go, oh, God, man, I don't want to deal with this. And, but I don't know anybody who actually tried to kill themselves. And I went to a big district.
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody who, I mean, maybe somebody did on a weekend and nobody ever heard about it, but nobody successfully killed themselves.
Right.
And because I think you learned to cope in a different way then. I don't know what that different way was, but I think part of it was look, you're going to deal with these people in life. Sticks and stones, that kind of thing. And I don't know, you just figured it out.
But it didn't follow you. And back then, by the way, if somebody tried to commit suicide and it wasn't somebody in your circle where it was a bigger school, if they were gone a week, you wouldn't even notice. Obviously, if they had succeeded, then you would have.
Right, that's what I mean. Maybe some people attempted it and we just never found out about it. But people didn't succeed at it, at least, because, you definitely know if, here's an obituary and, what happened? You'd find out pretty quickly. And, our district was big, but our town wasn't, so to speak. People knew everybody.
It's scary, though. I mean, with young kids, it's impossible not to.
It terrifies me.
People think about it.
People always ask about like the world in general. Are you worried about the scary world? And I go, well, I mean, you worry about terrorism and things like that, but I don't let it keep me awake at night. What I really worry about is bullying, and when you hear those stats, 1 in 10 kids thinks about it or tries it or what are you? Oh, God, man.
Well, please let me be more worried about
let me
that.
equip my kids.
Get them through high school, and
let me
okay.
help my kids get through the tough times.
Well, yeah. I mean, your level, that's more likely than a terrorism attack.
Obviously, far more likely. I doubt if 1 in 10 people is a victim of a terror attack.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like it's funny because and some of that stuff is so intrinsic. Like Henry is at age 4 is just starting to become aware of that. Not everyone's nice. Like just now you're hearing about bad guys in his vernacular and stuff like that.
Right.
And he's still complete the innocence of a kid, but it's less than a year ago.
Yeah.
And we were walking out of like a sports class at the Y, and I don't know. He didn't. I wouldn't have even thought that he would care if he was as good as the other kids. But it kind of seemed like he did, that he didn't do as well, that he didn't make a basket or whatever.
Yeah.
And some of the other kids did. And I was shocked as we were walking out. And this other group of kids is walking in, and they all know each other. They were a little older than him, and they were laughing. And Henry, I was blown away, went, "Stop laughing at me!" And it broke my heart. It really did.
Yeah.
And one of the kids, to his credit, came over and said, "Hey, we weren't laughing at you. We were laughing at something." And I was.
That's nice.
I wanted to find that kid's parents and say, "I don't know what you're doing, but you did something right."
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Was right. But man, did that break my heart.
Well, he probably.
it's sad.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, he may be there with kids who already have had it implanted in them that they should do better and they should feel better about doing better than everyone else, even in something that's not a competition.
Sure. There's plenty of parents that pursue that avenue.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And that's probably where that came from.
Yeah.
I told him he needed to channel that anger onto the court. Leave us some bows.
Exactly.
Post that kid up, boy.
You need to be Danielson and take down that blonde-haired kid.
Not
thinks he's
something
so
I'd ever
great.
say.
Cobra Kai.
Start watching Dennis Rodman highlights.
Right. Yeah. Son, you got to learn to break your penis 3 times in your career.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're rebounding.
Today's the day you get a piercing.
This guy slept with Carmen Electra. One day you could, too.
Actually, I think that part's true.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Aim high.
Bang that one home. Justin, it's been requested that you hit the post on this song. You have 44 more seconds. Go ahead.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
No, they didn't know. They just said, we want Justin to hit the post.
Oh, well, Justin's not going to hit the post.
It's too long. You don't hit posts of songs that are more than 25 seconds.
Oh,
That's
you do.
rule.
What
are you talking about? There's weather and times to be talked about.
And plus, I go as Lunt Kicker.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm no longer Justin anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're under 25 seconds.
Yeah,
Still
take
way
it
too
away.
long. I don't have a promotion. I have nothing to talk about.
Just make something
Talk
up.
about the game tomorrow.
What game?
Here's a news story
The
that
game.
you can read.
The big game.
Here you go. There you go.
Let's see.
10 seconds.
I can't see that. You scroll down a little bit.
Oh, for God's sake. Say your name and ID out.
Keep going a little bit. Blunt Kicker, Marilyn Manson.
GRD.